Section A, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Section B, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. So, a very good morning to all of you. Basically, so we were basically starting these things. Uh, we just started the discussion of strain energy, which is having different uses and applications in structural engineering perspective for any structural arrangements. So we have seen that there are few things which we can use with respect to the concept of strain energy, like for different scenarios for certain structural components. What you can do is you can get the strain energy directly, and you can actually calculate how much strain energy is stored there. And with respect to that, you can find out the displacement, because basically it is nothing but the work done with respect to the work done with respect to the force and displacement relationship. You are getting a specific mm, work done within the structural component, which is nothing but the internal elastic strain energy stored as well. So using that concept, we use some equations for finding out our application in civil engineering field easy. So with respect to that, we have seen that there are few equations. Like first, for axial loading, we got one equation. Then we got one for bending, which we will be using for beams and frames, because there we will be getting uh, the variable bending throughout the span. In axial loading, we are not getting that. Here it is varying, so we will be integrating it and we will be adding it together. So whenever something is variable, you just need to add it. If that is too much, you just need to do the integration. Otherwise, you can use the direct expression. So we'll be using some interesting cases also. Before that, these are the cases we have seen. For axial loading, we know which expression to use. For bending moment, we know which expression to use, and for torsional or twisting moment, we know which expression to use. And with respect to these variables, so obviously in a span, some if the material is changing, you will be getting a different Young's modulus. If the cross section is changing, you will be getting a different area. If moment is changing, you will be getting different m, and something like that. That's why the whole equation is within the integration sign. If something is constant for your case, when you are practicing some problem, just take the constant part outside. You can work it, you can handle that accordingly. So basically one thing is left, one derivation was left, that we will be doing today, and then we will be straight away going to the problems, and we'll see how easily we can solve that. Okay. So basically both the sections can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the last semester, what do you have
Yes, sir.
studied is, okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so in the last semester you have studied about the shear force, shear stresses, something like that. uh, so let's say I have a body like this where some shear force is acting. Okay, this is already deformed, so it's not that. Yeah, so let's say this is a, this dimension is b, this dimension is c. Let's say this is h for the height, and in this direction we have the shear acting. Or let's say with respect to the loading, with respect to the SFD, I will be getting, at support we get a SFD load like this. So let's say this is my one of my shear force. So with respect to that, I will be getting shear stress. Obviously, you know how to calculate that. There is some average shear stress concept, and apart from that also you know that there are two shear. Let's say if we talk about a 2D block, you have done these type of problems, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for this we had shear stress problems. These are the biaxial loading, and these were the shear. So basically this component, if this is the scenario, Or let's say if I revert some of the directions, let's say this is my scenario. So what is happening in this is this one and this one, these axial loading, I'm not naming these things. Let's say this is 2p, 2p, and this compressive is p and p. So we know that in this stress block what is happening, or these are just stresses. So we can write in sigma also. Let's say 2 sigma, sigma, sigma. This is not
Hello.
not important right now. Right now, I'm just discussing the concept a little bit. So you can like this, not bend, but deform this body like this. Last day we have discussed if we have a greater shear modulus, this will be harder to break, harder to deform, something like that. Now you can also visualize that in a certain section how we are using the shear reinforcements. So basically, let's discuss this one. So in this phase, I will be getting one complementary shear stress. So with respect to that, I'll be getting a complementary shear force in this body. Now, if I also talk about this phase now, then here in this side, I will be getting another one. This has to be in this direction if this is in static equilibrium position. So this is in the 3D case, this is what is happening. And with respect to a certain shear stress, let's say this shear stress is tau. So tell me that what will be my shear force? What will be the average shear force in this area? This will be tau into this area. What is this area?
AB.
Sir, A into B.
Into A into B, yes. So this will be my shear force. So I can name it as my shear force. So let's say I am Fs shear force. Okay, this is my shear force. So with respect to that, I can relate it to the displacement relationship. Like if I talk about this diagram, this was for only you for your reference. So if I talk about this left side diagram, so I can say that if this is my standardized fixed plate but on which I'm talking about this one, and I'm cutting a plate over here, let's say I'm cutting a plane in this region. So basically you will see some deformation like this due to the shear, or at least it tries to deform the material like this. And I am assuming that this much is deformed. So obviously this was the previous, this dotted line is the previous shape of it, and it is trying to deform the shape. So let's say that I am getting this much amount of deformation. So how much will be this length, the initial this length?
A.
Sir,
Okay. How much will be this length?
B.
Sir, A.
A.
Yes. How much will be this height?
B. Sir, H. Sir, H.
একজন সবকিছুতেই বি বলছে আচ্ছা okay, so let's say that this much with respect to this deformation, I have some deformation with respect to that. So here this is my shear strain, because with respect to the shear stress I am getting this strain. So let's say I am representing it in gamma. In the books there are two signs in different books. In some of the Indian books I have seen gamma, so I am using gamma for you. Now here I am getting some deflection, which is dl. Now the thing is very simple. This is shear strain. This is the within this direction I am getting this much amount of deflection. That as simple as that. So basically with respect to the shear strain, I am getting this type of form. So obviously here with this thing, it is very clear that if this is a very light material for which the G is low, so if the G is low, this gamma will be greater, and this dl will be also greater. It will be deforming like that.
স্যার এইচটা একটু কমে যাবে কি?
হ্যাঁ, এইচটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি কমে যাবে, কিন্তু as we are talking about solid mechanics, where we are only interested within the elastic zone, so we are assuming that within the elastic zone the deflection is negligible. I mean কিছুটা তো কমবেই, কারণ এটা যখন আমরা এরকম করব অ্যাকচুয়ালি এটা এরকম হওয়ার কথা না, অ্যাকচুয়ালি এরকম হওয়ার কথা। সো অবভিয়াসলি এইচটা কিছুটা কমছে আমার, বাট উই আর ইগনোরিং দ্যাট বিকজ ইট ইজ ভেরি লেস। এটা আমরা ম্যাগনিফাইং করার জন্য এতটা রাখছি, উই আর জাস্ট ম্যাগনিফাইং দিস রেসপন্স, দ্যাটস ওয়াই উই আর শোয়িং ইট, বাট উই অলওয়েজ নো দ্যাট the force displacement relationship we are seeing with respect to only the elastic zone. That's why within this zone, we can neglect it. That is the reason. But within that range also, this relationship is there. If we are getting greater G, then this gamma and DL will be less. If the G is less, then this will be more. I mean, as simple as that, just like the Young's modulus. So with respect to that, let's see how much will be this thing. If this is my angle, okay, this I've just used to let you know. So with respect to this relationship within this triangle, what we can do is, this is gamma, this is DL, this is H. So how we can relate it, how we can get DL? We can do tan gamma equals to how much? Tell me.
DL by L.
TL by H. So obviously here, as we have seen that the gamma will be very, very less. Gamma is a very, very negligible value. For that reason, we are taking gamma equals to DL by H. We are just removing this tan. And to do that, we will be getting DL equals to H into gamma. And so DL, this we have got H into gamma. We needed that because this DL is something which we have named, right? But with respect to this G, I will not be getting DL. That depends on different things. If the material, if this height was something else, then I was getting this much amount of DL. So this is something which is dependent on the dimension we are taking. But this, with respect to the closer scenario, this G is directly related to this gamma. That's why I am getting my DL in terms of height and in terms of gamma. Okay. Anyways, you can understand this relationship obviously. So from this perspective, we can understand that in this phase, let me use some other color. In this phase, I am getting some direct force like this, which is the shear force, which we have already found out here. And with respect to that, I am getting this DL. So now I can relate the force and displacement relationship with respect to work done, with respect to elastic strain energy. So this is something which I wanted. Now let's go for the work done or the internal strain energy. So W work done, let's say, I'm just writing work done, U equals to half into P into delta. We write it like that. And you obviously know that for a normal case, we get this equation. In this format, we get other equations also. Half into force into displacement. But here it will be with respect to the shear stress. So let's go for this one. U equals to half into Fs, which is the shear force, into dl, which is the displacement. So directly I'm putting the same similar equation just because this is the representing my work done, which will be equating, we will be equating with respect to the strain energy. So half into, this will be Fs was how much?
Tau into A into B.
Tau into A into B. Here tau is what?
Shear stress.
Shear stress. Yes, correct. And this dl is how much? H into gamma. Okay. Now, with respect to this relationship, we know about the G modulus. This is something which can be got from the, we can get from the material. Just like in this equation, we used to include E, here we will be including G. So what is this G?
Shear stress by shear stress.
Yes. Shear stress by shear strength. So shear stress is how much?
Tau.
And shear strain is gamma.
L. B, sorry.
Gamma. This is the direct. This is not. This is the in longitudinal direction we are getting this one. With respect to this force, this is the displacement. This is not the strain. This is simply, you can visualize it. You can see that this is the displacement. This will be having some units. So this is the unit. This is the relationship between this one, because this is the ratio. Shear stress by shear strain, we are getting this modulus G. So now what I can do is I can replace these things, because here what we have done is, if you remember, here what finally we have got is half into gamma square V by E. So in this format, we will be formulating it because we know what is the stress. Obviously, the strain can be found out indirectly, but we are keeping it in the same format. All are definitely correct, but we will be keeping it in this format so that we can use that directly. So here half into tau into gamma. Here A into B into H I am writing directly. What is A into B into H?
V.
There is a volume, right? So half into tau into this gamma equals to tau by G. So tau by G into V, volume. So basically you are getting it half tau square V by G. So exactly like the same, like 1 by 2G, just like 2E, we have got 1 by 2G here. In with respect to sigma, we have got tau, which is the shear stress, into volume. So for the work done, you can calculate this one, and so this is the strain energy for the shear stress. Okay, so these are all the type of derivations. For others also we have written it directly. However you go with respect to the stress strain relationship, the things which you have learned in the structural mechanics one, you can just relate the modulus with respect to this and you will be getting the expression. Now what we will be doing is we have the expressions already in our hand. So what we can do is we can directly see some problem if we can solve that directly or not. So just like any book, if you take from any book or any example, there are some standardized example first. So first we will be doing that. Then we will see whether those standardized expressions and the format can be used for some customized cases where some load deflection and those things are already given. And then we will be going for some practice one. So let's do it. Okay. Okay. So first let's take a cantilever. We will be using the moment equation because we know with respect to this P and with respect to this delta, because this will be my elastic curve. So with respect to this P and this delta, we will be getting some equation for the work done, and we'll be equating that to get our displacement equation using the strain energy. So this is my L length. Okay, so we can good to go. With respect to your problem, you can make your own problem like 10 kilonewton, 5 meter, something like this within the elastic range. You can take your material properties and you can solve it. So this is a gradually applied load. This is not a sudden load. If it is not written, if nothing is written, then consider that as gradually applied load. Okay. Now, so obviously, in one hand, we will be getting the equation, which is this one. So U was equals to how much? Integration of? For the bending equation, obviously.
Sir, mx square dx by 2
mx by EI.
Yes.
mx square by 2ei
Into dx. Okay.
into dx.
And that is with respect to a range A to B. So here within A to B, I mean, this will be within any range. Like if we are considering a beam, let's say this is simply supported, but we are considering about this range. We are interested to see within this range. I want to say, let's say this is A point, this is B point. So I can use that directly within A to B to get what is the internal strain energy stored within this region. Okay, so as simple as that. Here we are interested for the maximum deflection, which is this end, and the overall effect of strain energy need to be counted from this point to this point. So this is 0, this is L, let's say. So this is A, this is B, capital A, capital B. So with respect to that, we will be using this expression. So this time we will be using this one. So before that, we need to know that this is mx. Other things are constant. If the material is given, then E is constant. If the I is given throughout the cross section, it is same. Then the with respect to the its dimensions, the I will be constant. So here in this thing, those are not mentioned. So we are considering those as constant. And here these few things are mentioned like P and L. That's it. So with respect to that, for bending equation, I know I need to put this mx into my equation. So I need to know that what is the generalized equation for the bending moment. So obviously we know how the bending moment diagram will look like.
Sir, triangular.
Triangular.
Yes. Something like this, negative. And let's say that for a generalized equation, I am considering that because I need to put mx from any side, I can take from this side x. But then I will be taking care of two different cases. Like here I'll be getting m into x, and with respect to that, I will be having both equations. So here what we will be doing is we will be keeping it simple, and we want to take it from the point of load. So let's take from the point of load and let's see how it is benefiting us. So from this point, I am taking a section which is x. So from this point, if this is my x point, I can calculate how much is the expression over here. So first tell me what is this bending moment. This one is how much?
PL.
PL. And how much will be this one? हाँ, क्या कुछ बोल से?
Sir, PX.
PX. Okay. Now let's go for the solution. So let's say that we know that with respect to this P and with respect to this delta, I can get at the left side half into P into delta, and in the right side I will be taking the strain energy equation directly. So that will be from 0 to L, or from 0 to L. From this is 0, this is L this time, because I am starting x from this point. This is my x. So x is starting, x can vary from 0 to L. Up to this point x can vary. So up to 0 to L, because it is a constant equation from this one to this, and x is continuously, px, this bending moment is continuously increasing up to PL. So we will be using that. So here let's write, so minus px whole square by 2ei dx 0L. So it will be how much? P square x square by 2ei dx. Here for our case the p is constant. P square by 2ei. How much it will be? Tell me.
L cube by 3.
L cube by 3.
Okay, so the answer is how much?
P square L cube by
P
6
square
PI.
by 6.
L cube by 6 EI.
P square L cube, sorry, yes. L cube by 6 EI. So if you are interested about the strain energy, you are done. This is your strain energy. This is your U is done. But what we have done is here we have equating with this one. So from this we can calculate the expression also for, wait, let me reduce it to 60%. So here I'll be calculating this also, half into P into delta equals to P square L cube by 6 EI. So with respect to that, I'll be getting delta equals to how much?
WL cube by
L cube by
3.
3 EI.
Yes.
PL cube by 3 EI. Now you can use moment area, you can use slope deflection. There are many methods which you will be learning in future, but this is just understand what is happening. This is one of the very common case you have seen in many problems, a cantilever and one concentrated load only at the free end. So for all these type of things, always you can use these expressions directly. There are certain expressions for every combination. You cannot remember your equations, but these are something which you need to remember. This is one of the very standardized case. You can already visualize it. So this is some of the expression. This delta you have got directly, and there are many competitive exams where you need to put these expressions directly. This is not related specifically to strain energy or something like that. Obviously, this is some delta equation. In whatever method you proceed, you will be getting this answer. And these are some short few expressions which if you remember, it will be beneficial for GATE or ES or any other government examination or any private examination, whatever you say, or in interviews. This is within that range with the expression which you need to remember always. Okay, so this is something, it is beneficial. Otherwise you need to spend time, and that is sometimes in the competitive exam, time is very valuable, obviously, in most of the cases. So this is the expression we have got. So delta, you can get it directly. So if my P is there, if we have cantilever beam of length L, and at the free end, if I have a concentrated load acting longitudinally in just like this picture, like P. So within that, with respect to that, the maximum deflection at the free end having this expression PL cube by 3 EI. Okay, so that's it. So
Sir,
for this expression,
so the delta expression only shows the maximum deflection.
ম্যাক্সিমাম ডিফ্লেকশন। তোমার অন্য জায়গায় যদি দরকার হয় তোমাকে আবার বের করতে হবে। This is, or this only shows the maximum deflection, and within strain energy method you can use তোমরা যে moment area method শিখেছো, within that moment area you can calculate for others. There are many methods to do that. Here we are considering this p with respect to this delta, just like এই যে আগে যে ডেরিভেশনটা
ডবল ইন্টিগ্রেশন মেথড করলে ওই ইকুয়েশনটাই পাওয়া যায় ডাইরেক্টলি।
হ্যাঁ যেখান থেকেই পাবে, তুমি ম্যাকলাউরিনস মেথড ইউজ করতে পারো।
এখানে ওই ইকুয়েশনটা আমরা বের করতে পারবো না।
কোন ইকুয়েশনটা?
মানে ডিফ্লেকশনের ইকুয়েশন, মানে y as a terms of x, একটা যদি ডিফ্লেকশনের ইকুয়েশন বের হয় সেটা এখান থেকে বের করা যাবে।
No, এখানে তুমি, this is not the purpose. Here the purpose is to get the strain energy and to the p delta relationship. এখানে p আছে, so we are interested to know in this point only how much is my deflection. So here the purpose is different.
Strain
Within
energy
that purpose, we can serve some of our own purpose, like remembering one general equation for the maximum displacement. That is what we are doing. Here the purpose is to
in
get
some
the strain
cases
energy and the work-done relationship.
in some cases there will, at that point we cannot get the maximum deflection also, but we have to focus on that at that point what the deflection is. That may not be maximum.
No, but in this problem it will be maximum.
And this problem it is maximum, but in some
Okay, let's do some cases. Let's do some generalized cases where the things may be different. Like, let me draw some. There are many methods. এই সেমিস্টারেও আমরা কিছু মেথড শিখবো. In different scenarios you have different applications. All methods all time do not give you the same exact approach. You need to learn all this because in different scenarios different expressions and methods will be useful. Here these are generalized cases, so here it is not an issue at all. So let's go for some concentrated load at the midpoint. Okay, so this is so this is a simply supported beam, and this time I am applying this here W, because many of you are comfortable with W, which I have seen. This is A, this is B, A, B, and this is C. If this is a midpoint, that is a common case, it will be. That is also something we want to remember maybe. So this is one of the case. We will be using the bending equation here. So first tell me what will be the reaction, then tell me how the bending
will
will
be
be.
p
আর
into
এটা হবে
sorry,
W
w p by
by
l.
L আর এটা হবে W A by L।
At that point w b by l. W a by l.
Now BMD.
WAB by L, sir,
AB by
maximum.
L।
Maximum is WAB by L. Okay, now quickly tell me why here in this direction we have got plus and here we are getting minus. You already know this. এখানে মাইনাস কেন আর এখানে প্লাস কেন? Come on, here.
স্যার ওটা ক্যান্টিলিভারটা স্যার হগিং বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট ক্রিয়েট করছে, তাই ওটা মাইনাস, আর এখানে তো এটা স্যাগিং করছে তাই।
Yes, here I'm getting some hogging bending moment, and here we get, in the simply supported, we get some sagging bending moment. That is the reason. Okay, so you know, definitely. Okay, so from this we are getting WAB by L. Fine. Okay, so now let's use that. What is, I mean, we already know the other stuffs. So first here, what is the problem is, okay, here we have some problem. Within the elastic curve, we will be getting something like this. This will be the scenario. In this point, I am getting some delta. Now, obviously, in strain energy method, here this is not for maximum. That is why I showed this example as you had queries. We may get maximum displacement over here. This may be delta max, but we will be interested to know what is the amount of deflection in this delta, in this point. We will be learning other methods to get this displacement. We have different methods to calculate that. But now we are interested about the force displacement relationship, because we know that in gradually applied load, this is the work done to be done. So with respect to this P into delta here, W into delta, this is the maximum amount of strain energy. So with this delta which I am getting is not the maximum displacement. This is this displacement on which the load is applicable. So within that I am getting the delta if I am interested. And basically what we are doing is we are going for the strain energy. Displacement is a different thing. We are matching with our other methods. You can calculate it now. Some other methods you can apply some other time and you can measure it, because that is some relationship with respect to work done. So we are just using it. So W equals to, how we can take it. Here we have some problem, that is within the range I have this sudden change of W. So here the equation is changing. Here it is increasing slope and here it is decreasing slope. And the maximum value is WAB by L. So to get that, what we will be doing is we will be dividing it into two ranges. So this I'll be taking in one range, and the other part, this part I'll be taking as other range. Okay. So first take the first range, which is range AC. Within A to C, this is here we have the C point. So within AC, I am getting this X. X can vary between this 0 to this, I mean from A to C point. Okay. Yes. So the first U1 I am getting for A to C. So second one, U2. So second one, I will be making things simple by taking the X from this direction, from this side. Because here also the same expression I'll be getting. If I take from this, you can try it at home. You will be getting multiple expressions. So it is easier to take from the right side. So here I'll be getting the expression as how much?
WA by L into X the whole square by.
Okay. So calculate it and tell me how much.
So W square A square B cube by 6 L square.
W square A square B cube by 6EI L square. Fine. So now obviously the overall strain energy will be representing like this. দুটো কে add করে দাও and get how much you are getting.
One by
square
6 here.
Okay.
Sir, A square B square commonly.
স্যার ডব্লিউ স্কোয়ার এ স্কোয়ার বি স্কোয়ার কমন নিয়ে নিন, a প্লাস বি বাই 6 EI L কিউব হয়ে যাবে
W স্কোয়ার A স্কোয়ার B স্কোয়ার কমন নিয়ে নিচ্ছি, আচ্ছা
ইন্টু
তাহলে
a
কি
প্লাস
হচ্ছে?
বি
A প্লাস B হয়ে যাচ্ছে, সেটা হলো
হোল
A।
ডিভাইডেড বাই দ্যাট।
হুম,
স্যার এ প্লাস বিটাকে তো এল করে দিতে পারি।
হ্যাঁ করবো তো। তার মানে এটা হয়ে গেল L, এই L আর L কেটে গেল, সো 6 EI L, এটাই আসছে কি?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Okay. Now see, this is the strain energy. So for any combination, let's say 2 meter, 3 meter span, whatever you have with respect to that, you will be getting the strain energy with respect to this. Now the thing is, what here, don't get it wrong, because as I mentioned earlier, the load is here. It is not at the midpoint. So the deflection may be like this. The maximum deflection may be like this, but what we are interested to know is this deflection. This is C point. So within C point, this will be delta C, and this is delta max. We are not going for delta max here. We are going for delta C here. So with respect to that, half into W into delta C equals to this expression, W square A square B square by 6 EI L. So এখান থেকে বলো, how much will be delta C?
তাহলে ডেল্টা সিটা ম্যাক্সিমাম বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট যেখানে আসছে সেই পয়েন্টের রেসপেক্টে এই ফর্মুলাতে।
না, একদমই নয়। ডেল্টা সিটা যে পয়েন্টে লোড দিয়েছি সেই পয়েন্টের রেসপেক্টে, অ্যাজ আই মেনশন, এখানে লোড দিয়েছি আমি। ও হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, অবভিয়াসলি মানে ম্যাক্সিমাম বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট বললে তুমি, আমি ভালো ম্যাক্সিমাম ডিফ্লেকশন।
ইয়েস স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, ম্যাক্সিমাম বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট যেখানে আসছে, বাট ম্যাক্সিমাম বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট ইন দিস কেস উই আর গেটিং ইন দ্যাট প্লেস ওয়্যার উই হ্যাভ প্লেসড দ্য লোড, সো দ্যাটস ওয়াই। ওকে, হ্যাঁ, নট ম্যাক্সিমাম ডিসপ্লেসমেন্ট, আমি ভুল শুনেছি। ওকে, সো হাউ মাচ উইল বি ডেল্টা সি?
1/3 W into A square B square divided by EIL.
3 EIL. Okay. Now the thing is, this is, you may think that this is only giving me the delta where the load is applicable. I'm not getting this one. So what we will be doing is, we will be doing, make the things generalized, because this is one of the other expression which we need to learn. Let's say this is a simply supported beam in any exam or any place it is given to you, and you are getting this as L length of L length. At the midpoint, you have a force called W, capital W, which is the concentrated load.
In that case, if we replace A B by L by 2.
Yes, exactly. So let's use this expression and let's replace it in this case, and tell me how much you are getting the deflection at midpoint. That is some generalized equation we need to remember. So this delta, which is the delta max as well as the delta for the midpoint, for this expression we can find out. So delta will be how much? W
1/48 EI
square by, yes, correct, 3 EI L কত হচ্ছে? W L square L cube না? L cube
by 48 EI.
W L cube by 48 EI. This is another expression which we need to remember, because this is a very generalized case, concentrated load at midpoint. That's it. Now what we can do is we can do
স্যার তাহলে স্ট্রেন এনার্জি ইকুয়েশন সবগুলো ক্ষেত্রে আর কি মানে একই থাকবে, মানে কনস্ট্যান্টই থাকবে?
না, এখানে তো কনস্ট্যান্ট থাকার কিছু নেই, এটা তো আমার একটা জেনারেল কেস না। এখানে আমি যদি একটা লোড বা আরেকটা চাপিয়ে দিই তাহলেই চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাবে, বা যদি একটা ইউডিএল চাপিয়ে দিই তাহলেই চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাবে।
ওকে ওকে স্যার।
বাট হ্যাঁ, স্ট্রেন এনার্জির যে মেন ইকুয়েশনটা, এটা তো একটা জেনারেলাইজড ইকুয়েশন, এই যে এম ওয়ালা যেটা, এই মোমেন্ট এই দিস ওয়ান, ফর বেন্ড, ইফ ইউ আর ডিলিং উইথ বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট, দেন দিস ইজ দ্য এক্সপ্রেশন।
মানে স্যার আমি বলতে চাইছি যে মানে কোন একটা ওয়ান টাইপ অফ লোডিং এর জন্য একটা স্ট্রেন এনার্জির ইকুয়েশন একই থাকবে, শুধুমাত্র ডিফ্লেকশনটা অ্যাকর্ডিং টু লোডিং চেঞ্জ হবে, ডিফ্লেকশনের জায়গাটা।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, বিকজ আমরা বেন্ডিং ধরে এগোচ্ছি, তাই পুরো ব্যাপারটাই তার আগে অবধি একই থাকবে। ওকে, now what we will be doing is, okay, now why we are doing this? We are doing this basically, I mean, why we are using the moment equation, because we are using integration, because we know that this M expression is changing. This is changing, so it is getting L cube by 3, something like that. If I get some UDL, maybe I'll be getting something else. So for other cases, we are directly taking P, we are directly taking some other expression. But in moment, as we are getting the changes, we are always taking this. If this is not x, this is x squares, cube, or something like that with respect to the type of loading. So tell me one condition in cantilever beam, okay, where the loading, where I'll be getting the BMD as constant, where the BMD throughout the span, I mean the bending moment throughout the span will not be changing. Just tell
Sir,
me one
couple.
condition.
Sir, moment delay.
Couple. When only
Something
couple.
like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
এটা
sir.
কি হবে? This is which type of moment? Hogging or sagging?
Straight line.
Sir,
No, hogging or
sagging.
sagging মোমেন্টটাকে বলবা।
Hogging, sir.
Okay. So I'll be getting something like this, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, in this also, generally the moment expression is changing, but still we have some cases where we have this constant. So we will be using this directly. There is no point. You can put it directly and you can get the value. So let's say that I am getting one frame. I'm making some frame. So within that frame, what I'm doing is I am taking some load like this. I'm making a frame using a column and a beam. কারণ ফ্রেমেও বেন্ডিং মোমেন্ট চেঞ্জ হয় so here we will be using something. This is a fixed end. Here I have a column and here I have used some beam also. So I have attached, this is a frame, that's it. In this point I am using this W this time, and let's do the dimensioning. Let's say this length, this is L length, and let's say this is this is A. So length of the beam is A, length of the column is L, something like this. Let's say this is my point ABC. ABC. Okay. Now I need to find out the strain energy, and interestingly, we know that how it will be bending. Here the joint is fixed, and here also this is a fixed joint. So I'll be actually getting the deflection like that. So actually my W by this point, this A point will be over here, A dash. This will be my B point, B dash, and C will be constant because it is there. So considering the displacement like this, here what we are interested to know is the vertical displacement, because with respect to that direction, my load is acting. So please understand this. So basically, I am considering that this is my deflected shape. Here it will be constant. Oh my. And I am saying that I am only interested to know this displacement, this delta, because I am taking a relationship between W and delta, and obviously the horizontal displacement will be there. We are considering it negligible, and we are finding out in the same direction how much vertical displacement we are getting. So this W and this delta we will be relating with respect to A point, because that is in that point it is acting. So first let's find out UAB. So very simple, 0 to how much? If from this axis I am taking X, it is varying from 0 to this length. This length is how much?
A length.
A, yes. And here I am getting the moment as W into X, is it? At this point? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So W by 2EI, okay, WX square by 2EI dx. So how much I am getting? How much is the answer? W square A cube by 6EI. You are getting it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, so this we have got for
It is moment in B point. What we got?
Tell
What we
me.
got is moment in B point.
This we have got as my strain energy for section AB. Now we will be interesting. Yes, we will be getting the moment at B point. So if I am interested to know this, so let's do the second part in different color. So tell me how much moment is acting over here, or at B point what is actually acting? Just a moment, right? So what is that moment?
W is sir.
W into A. Okay, so we can find out the W into A. So now I will be taking this U of BC equals to 0 to how much?
L.
0 to L, and the moment is
W into A.
W to A.
yes, W into A. So I'm doing the square directly, dx. So see here, from B point to C point, is the moment varying?
No, sir.
No, it is constant. So see here also we have got constant equation. So with if you solve it 0 to L, what we will be getting is we will not be getting this thing. Let's find out, not the integration. So my W is constant, A is constant, 2EI is also constant, 0 to L x dx. How much?
L square by 2.
X नहीं तो sir.
Sir,
Sir,
it's
just
not
ALS.
a X.
Sir,
Yeah, it
just
should
ALS.
be a-
W
It should
square
just be
is
L.
by 4EI.
ওকে ইয়েস 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 মানে শুধু ডিএক্স আসবে, শুধু ডিএক্সটা
Yeah.
এলে এখানটা একটা এক্স আসবে, রাইট?
Yes, sir. L
Yes.
হয়ে যাবে।
Correct, correct. Very good. Now, so how we are getting it? W square A square L by 2EI.
2EI.
So UBC. So final U will be UAB plus UBC equals to how much? এখানে কত কমন নিতে পারি? 6ci কমন নিতে পারি? হ্যাঁ, নিতেই পারি। তো উপরে একটা এ চলে আসবে, 3 চলে আসবে। Okay, so this is the overall strain energy we are getting for the frame. But what we were interested to know is this one. Okay, কোথায় গেল? This delta. So delta at A we are interested to know. Okay, so let's find out, because here we can use the force displacement relationship, half into W into delta A equals to this expression W square A square by 6EI into A plus 3L. So tell me, how much is delta A?
Sir, W square by 3EI into A plus 3L.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this way we can, in this type of cases, you can find out the case. Always you just add the strain energies and then we will be doing it. Now I'll be giving you a very quick thing for the practice. Let's say I have one beam. This you practice in your home, and this time just তোমাদের কটার থেকে ক্লাস? 12টার থেকে না?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sessional paper, sir.
বুঝতে পেরেছি। Here my property is EI, here my property is 2EI. Okay, and here I have X, and in this midpoint I will be taking X from this first actually. তাই আমি এখনই লিখে রাখলাম, this is A point, this is B point, and this is C point. And you can you can tell me how much will be the bending moment, overall strain energy you need to find out. The length টা দেওয়া নেই, length টা হলো 8 meter. This is 4 meter, this is 4 meter, overall beam is 8 meter. So actually the E is changing. I mean, whatever the overall 2EI component, EI is flexural rigidity, definitely I think you know. So E is changing and I is changing. So you need to find out U, and you need to find out delta C. This you do for your practice at home. Now I'll be giving you one problem to solve right now for the practice.
স্যার একবার আগের স্লাইডটা একবার যান।
এই তো স্ক্রিনশট নিয়ে নাও না।
হ্যাঁ, ওটার জন্যই
পরে
বললাম।
নেক্সট দিন ক্লাসের আগে আমাকে বলো যে কত হয়েছে।
ওকে স্যার, ওকে স্যার।
ওকে, এবার আমি একটা প্র্যাকটিস প্রবলেম দিচ্ছি, তোমরা যারা পারবে না তারা অন্তত নিজের জায়গাটাতে মানে নিজের রেসপন্সটাতে পি লিখে দেবে, যাতে আমি ওখান থেকে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা নিতে পারি। দিস উইল বি প্র্যাকটিস প্রবলেম নাম্বার 3। কোথায় গেল? সো হোয়াট উইল বি ডুইং ইজ, লেটস সে তোমাদের কাছে অলরেডি এক্সপ্রেশন আছে ক্যান্টিলিভারের, দ্যাট ইজ देयर ইন ইওর কপি। ইফ নেসেসারি আই উইল বি গিভিং ইউ अगेन। ওকে, সো দিস ইজ ইওর ক্যান্টিলিভার বিম। এখানে একটা ফোর্স কাজ করছে P. This is 3 meter. your Young's modulus is, you are using steel 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square, and your I is I, okay, cross section টাই দিয়ে দিই, তোমরা I বানিয়ে নেবে ওখান থেকে। Something like this. So 93 plus y millimeter, এই ডাইমেনশনটা, এই d টা হলো 182 plus 2z millimeter. So basically this is b, right? And this is d. So আমি বলেই দিচ্ছি বেসিক্যালি এই তো e টা এখান থেকে পেয়ে যাবে, i টা এখান থেকে পেয়ে যাবে। i কি হয় রেক্ট্যাঙ্গুলার সেকশনে?
AD cube by 12.
Yes. Okay. And this is delta. Delta expression কি পেয়েছিলাম আমরা?
Sir, PL cube by 3i.
Okay. So you just need to put the value and tell me the answer. Only p is not given. I am giving it right now. This is 7 plus x kilonewton.
স্যার ডেল্টার ভ্যালু বের করতে হবে?
হ্যাঁ, ডেল্টা ভ্যালু বের করতে হবে। This is problem sheet number 2. Problem sheet number
Just
problem
formula তে বসালেই পেয়ে যাবে।
Sir,
Double
D
X.
is 182 plus 2Z, sir.
হ্যাঁ, 182 plus 2z. 182 plus 2z. B is 93 plus y millimeter and P is 7 plus x. তোমাদের বের করতে হবে ডেল্টা, and without in which unit you will be calculating this, this will be in millimeter. So don't ওই মিটার ফিটারে বের করো না, খুব ছোট হবে, কোনো মানে হবে না। সো মিটার মিলিমিটারে বের করে রাখবে, কারণ আমি আনসারটা তোমাদের মিলিমিটারই চেক করব। ওকে, আর যারা, so you put your answer under problem sheet practice problem number 3, and যারা পারবে না বা যারা করছো না বা মানে যারা ভেবেছো করবে না, অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সের জন্য ওই একই জায়গাতে you need to put a p for present, যাতে আমি প্রেজেন্ট মার্ক করতে পারি তোমাদের অ্যাট লিস্ট। আমি জায়গাটা ইয়েলো করে দিলাম, ইয়েলো করছি, দাঁড়া একটু সময় লাগবে, তোমরা ক্যালকুলেট করো, ততক্ষণে আমি ওই জায়গাটাকে ইয়েলো করে দেবো যাতে কেউ মিস না করে যে কোন জায়গায় পুট করতে হবে। লাইক লাস্টে
স্যার ডিফ্লেকশনটা তো
হ্যাঁ, ওই যে ডেল্টা লেখা আছে তো। Everything is there basically on the screen. You just see and do the calculation, put it. If it is not going to happen, then at least write a p so that I can mark you present at least. একটা জিনিস করতে পারো, p লিখে রাখতে পারো, তারপর যদি সলভ হলো তো ভ্যালু ঢুকিয়ে দিও, at least টাইমের আগে, সাইট মানে লক হয়ে যাওয়ার আগে at least you can do that.
Sir, time is till 12.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
Okay.
সবই তো দেওয়া আছে, জাস্ট ক্যালকুলেট করতে হবে, সেটাও তুমি নয়, তোমার ক্যালকুলেটর করবে। সো I think it will not be taking that much time.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Probal.
Yeah, okay sir.
তোমরা ওটা কিলো নিউটন থেকে নিউটনে কনভার্ট করতে ভুলবে না, কিন্তু সব নিউটন আর মিলিমিটারের কাজ হচ্ছে। উল্টো ভাবে করতে পারো, বাট টাইম ওয়েস্ট হবে তাতে একটু বেশি।
স্যার কি বলছিলেন, একটু মিস করে গেলাম ব্যাপারটা।
সেরকম কিছু না, জাস্ট বলছিলাম যে ইউনিট গুলো কনভার্ট করতে ভুলবে না, কিলো নিউটনে ফোর্স দেওয়া আছে, সেটাই আর কি।
কত ডেসিমাল প্লেসেস অব্দি আনসারটা দেবো স্যার?
দুটো অবধি দিলেই হবে।
ওকে। Sir, do I write millimeter in the answer or just the number?
Millimeter, no, don't write millimeter. I will be writing the millimeter in the top of the column. Answer unit in millimeter, I'll be
Okay.
writing that.
Okay, sir.
You
Okay.
please do not write only the number.
No, I saw another student doing that, so just asked.
I also see every day. এই তোমরা এটা বন্ধ করো, তোমাদের একদিন বলেছিলাম, হ্যাঁ তোমরা কিন্তু এই ইউনিট লেখো না, ওটা আমাকে পরে চেঞ্জ করতে হয়, নাহলে তো কাউন্ট করবে না। ইউনিট দেখো, আনসার ইউনিট আমি কলামের উপরে লিখে দিচ্ছি, so that will be in millimeter. I am writing it, you just need to put the numerical value. In the exam definitely write the unit, but not here. Here it is already written in the top of the column. হ্যাঁ,
Sir,
decimal করতে পারো at least.
স্যার আমার অ্যান্সার 2.18 আসছে, আমি 2.18 লিখে দিয়েছি, প্রবলেম আছে স্যার?
তো তাই তো লিখবে, কত লিখবে না হলে 8.12 লিখবে? না কোনো প্রবলেম নেই, লিখে দাও। আরে 2 ডেসিমাল অবধি হলেই হয়ে যাবে আর কি, এমনিতেই মিলিমিটারে দেখছি আমরা। সো ভিজুয়ালাইজ দিস অ্যাজ সিভিল ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, কতটা কম ডিফ্লেকশন আসে এরকম কেসে।
Sir, how can I understand that the beam can withstand this deflection can be withstanded? The maximum limit, how can I understand?
That the Indian standard code will be telling you যে কতটা ডিফ্লেকশন অ্যালাউয়েবল, কতটা নয়, সেটা তুমি পাবে স্ট্রেস দিলে। তুমি তো এইটুকু তো জানোই, ধরো তুমি তো এরকম সলিড স্টিল সেকশনের বানাবে না,
allowable জানি জাস্ট এটা কোন ইয়ের ক্ষেত্রে
তুমি ম্যাটেরিয়ালটা জানো, রাইট?
ইয়া।
তো এবার তুমি ডেল্টা পেয়ে যাচ্ছ, ডেল্টা পাচ্ছ মানে কি বলতো, তুমি স্ট্রেন ওখান থেকে বের করতে পারবে, রাইট? স্ট্রেন পারবে তো বের করতে।
হ্যাঁ,
তো এবার স্ট্রেন পেয়ে গেলে মানে তুমি স্ট্রেস স্ট্রেন রিলেশনশিপে ইলাস্টিক লিমিটের ভেতরে আছে, মানে তুমি বুঝতে পারছো ইলাস্টিক ডিফরমেশন হবে। জাস্ট তোমাকে এটুকু শিওর রাখতে হবে যে যে জায়গাটা তুমি ফিক্স বলছো সেটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি ফিক্সের মতোই বিহেভ করে। এবার সেই জায়গাটায় তুমি কার সাথে ফিক্স করছো, যদি অন্য স্টিলের সাথে অ্যাটাচ করছো তো তখন সেখানে তুমি একটা স্টিল ডিজাইনের ব্যাপার চলে আসবে, বিকজ অফ স্টিল কানেকশন। তুমি ওটাকে ওয়েল্ডিং করছো না বোল্টিং করছো না রিভেটিং করছো না কি করছো, যদি ধরো ওখানে তুমি একটা কংক্রিটের মধ্যে ঢুকিয়ে দিচ্ছ ওই স্টিলটাকে, তখন তোমার ওখানে কংক্রিট ডিজাইনের জিনিস চলে আসবে যে তুমি কোন গ্রেডের কংক্রিট ইউজ করছো কি করছো। ওটা যদি পারফেক্টলি বিহেভ করে তো বাকিটা তুমি দেখেই নিলে, বিকজ ইউ নো যে এই ডেল্টাটা রেসপেক্টে যতটা স্ট্রেন আসছে সেটা তোমার ইলাস্টিক লিমিটের ভেতরে পড়ে। সো দ্যাটস ইট। ওকে,
ইয়া, ওকে স্যার।
বাট দ্য থিং ইজ না, দিস ইজ এই টাইপের এত বড় বড় স্টিলের ভারী ভারী সেকশন তো আমরা বানাবো না। আমরা আই সেকশন, বিভিন্ন টাইপের সেকশন হয়, বা আমরা যখন এই বিম, যদি কংক্রিটের বিম বানাই ভেতরে রড থাকবে বাইরে কংক্রিট থাকবে, সেগুলোর জন্য স্পেসিফিক্যালি আমাদের এই কনসেপ্ট গুলোকে কাজে লাগিয়েই ডিজাইনার্সরা বা আমাদের ইন্ডিয়ান স্ট্যান্ডার্ড কোড আমাদের গাইডলাইন দিয়ে রেখেছে, সেগুলো ফলো করে করে আমরা এই সেম কনসেপ্ট অ্যাকচুয়ালি কাজে লাগে। দিস ইজ দ্য কোর, দিস ইজ দ্য বেস অফ দ্য ডিজাইন থিংস। সো আফটার উই নো দিস থিংস, আমরা ডিজাইনে একই জিনিস করে যাই, আর সেখানে করার সময় আমরা এক্স্যাক্টলি ওখানে এই একই জিনিসটা করি। এখানে যেহেতু একই ম্যাটেরিয়াল তাই আমি খুব ডিরেক্টলি তুমি স্ট্রেন থেকে বের করতে পারবে। ওখানে যেহেতু অনেকগুলো জিনিসের কম্বিনেশন, তো তোমাকে আরো কিছু জিনিস কনসিডার করতে হবে, যেমন লিমিট স্টেট অফ কোল্যাপস, লিমিট স্টেট অফ সার্ভিসিবিলিটি, দোজ থিংস ইউ উইল বি লার্নিং ইন ডিজাইন। ওখানে দেখবে ডিজাইনের তুমি কোডের টেবিলও পেয়ে যাবে যেখান থেকে দেখে দেখে আমরা করি আর কি। ওকে, সো আই থিংক ইট ইজ, হ্যাঁ প্লিজ 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 প্লিজ।
Thank you, sir.
আমি সেটাই বলছি না। ওকে, সো লেটস ফিনিশ দিস ক্লাস। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। হ্যাঁ, যাও অন্য ক্লাসে যাও।
বলছি স্যার, হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ
স্যার,
হ্যাঁ বলো।
বলছি আজকে স্যার আপনি একটু কি করেন একটু আমাকে সামারিতে বলে দিন না, তাহলে একটু দেখে
এখন তোমাদের অন্য ক্লাস শুরু হয়ে গেছে, এখন বলতে পারবো না। অন্য ক্লাস হয়ে যাবে, ফাঁকা টাইমে আমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করো।
স্ট্রেন এনার্জি বলে একটা হেডিং এর চ্যাপ্টার।
ভাই ভিডিও রেকর্ড করা থাকলে ওটা দেখে নিও, বা তোমাদের ক্লাস নোট যাদের আছে তাদের থেকে নিয়ে নিও। এই ক্লাস অন্য ক্লাসের টাইমে এই সব তো হবে না না।
স্যার এই মেথডটার নামটা কি স্ট্রেন এনার্জি মেথড না মোমেন্ট এরিয়া মেথড?
স্ট্রেন এনার্জি মেথড। মোমেন্ট এরিয়া তো তোমরা আগের সেমিস্টারে শিখেছো।
আচ্ছা,
এখানে মোমেন্ট আর এরিয়া দিয়ে কোথায় কিছু করছি?
মোমেন্টারি এখনো স্যার হয়নি আমাদের।
এখনো হয়নি ওটা।
আমি তো আগের দিন জিজ্ঞেস করলাম, তখন তো বললে তোমাদের হয়েছে।
না
মোমেন্ট এরিয়াটা
ঠিক
হয়।
আছে, দিস ইজ স্ট্রেন এনার্জি মেথড, দিস স্ট্রেন এনার্জি মেথড। আমি ভেবেছিলাম আগের বার তোমরা করেছো, তাই আমি একজন বললো বেশ। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর জয়েনিং। হ্যাঁ, যারা করনি অ্যাটলিস্ট পি লিখে দেবে ওখানে, আমি একটু পরে লক করবো শিটটা। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ, বাই।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।